We're gonna start from the top here. So yesterday we had Nasus revealed pretty late. I was expecting it to be much earlier. So that's what we're gonna go over first. Then we'll go over Nautilus, and then in like 20 minutes we'll have the patch notes. There will be a new event. It's gonna be a very good time. So we'll do everything one by one here. All right, so we have Nasus for the Titans of Runeterra event. And these are his star powers. So Nasus obviously starts as a 3-3. Not very titanic, but he gets there pretty fast. So his 1 star is what I'm going to skip because it's overwritten by the 3 star most of the time anyway. So his 2 star, +1 starting mana. Enemies have -1, -0. Vulnerable enemies have -3, -0 instead. Now, quick spoiler, there is an exhaust in his starting deck, which would mean that exhaust can give something -5 attack because exhaust is -2, and then plus the vulnerable that you're giving is, 2 + 3 is 5. That's pretty good. I don't hate that at all. I think that is overall weak, but I like that they're doing actual synergies with it, because in my sights also has round start, grant the weakest enemy vulnerable. I think they really cooked here, because if you look at something like Volibear has the same thing, right? Where you grant the weakest enemy vulnerable. It's like, oh, now you can challenge them. You can get your little sigil, so you can cheat out your big Titanic units. But it feels really tacked on. It feels completely useless, and I really hate it. Long story short. But with Nasus, it's like, okay, you're giving them vulnerable. It helps you slay, so you can, make your Nasus bigger, restore the Sun Disc. But also, there's this. So you have a little easier time actually killing them off because they have -5 without giving up your own units. I like this a lot. I think this is the kind of synergy that I am looking for when I play Titans of Runeterra. I want that satisfying payoff. It also makes drafting a deck much more interesting, right? Again, with Volibear, it's just like, hey, grant the weakest enemy vulnerable. You have big dudes, you can kill the enemy small dudes. But with Nasus now, it's like, okay, if I go to a store, if I'm picking a reward, a card reward after a fight, maybe I'll pick something that gives vulnerable. I think that's kind of cool. I like that. So 3 star. Round end, grant your strongest ally +2/+2 for each unit you've slain this round. Once you've slain 8+ units, restore the Sun Disc. So hot take, I hate this. I like the second part of this text. I like, once you've slain 8+ units, restore the Sun Disc. I think that's really cool. If you're going to add an Ascendant to the roster in Path of Champions, and they are Nasus, Xerath, Azir, Renekton, I think you cannot do that without having a Sun Disc. It's like half the champion, right? Less than half, because the cool thing is level 3. So I'm glad that they have this. I just don't really like grant your strongest ally +2/+2 for each unit you slay. Like, I'm going to keep repeating this every single time. I'm just really over the cheap stats in a way, where it's like you're doing kind of the minimal required. It's like, oh, I'm just playing the champion like I always would, and I get some extra stats for it. I know that with Nautilus, it's probably going to be the same thing, because deep gets stats. What more can you really do beyond giving your sea monsters more stats? It's just I don't find it really interesting to just be like, hey, here's a couple of more stats. But I mean, yeah, funny big number. So I'm just kind of over the stat gameplay. That's really all it is. I think they've been doing better. I think there are more interesting ways of doing it now. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of other examples. So it's fine. It makes sense for the S's at least. With Kill, I think Kill was a big miss for me. That's me personally. I think playing her is still pretty fun, but ultimately the way her powers work, the way the champion works, wasn't really it for me. So I do like this. I like the 2 star a lot. I like the vulnerable enemies have -3. It's not like a ginormous payoff. It just makes drafting a deck more interesting, and I really like that. Also makes In My Sights more interesting. The Sun Disc summon, yeah, no, I know. Once you've restored a Sun Disc, that's what it says. So once you've done this, your Nasus is level 3 essentially. And also, since it appears and then disappears, I'm assuming this also means that you draw Nasus automatically, because that's the effect of a restored Sun Disc. It says draw your Ascendant. So you slay 8 units, you automatically get Nasus. That's nice. That's really nice. Okay, so the 6 star. When you slay a unit, reduce the cost of every card in your hand by 1 to a minimum cost of 1. When you restore the Sun Disc, grant allies everywhere +5/+5. So I like this a lot more. I think granting stuff stats everywhere is much more of a kind of game deciding finisher over having a single unit get buffs at the end of the round. Like, this just feels really whack to me. End round is like the payoff is delayed and everything. But this make sure Nasus go turbo, man. This is actually crazy. I think this was potentially like too broken when it says to a minimum cost of 0. I think that would actually just be completely ridiculous. You restore the Sun Disc, you auto win, basically. It's also like slaying units makes slaying other stuff easier because you get that mana reduction. Quite cool. There was an issue when board was full, Sun Disc would not be restored. Apparently it's resolved. Okay, thank God. Very good. Okay, and then we are going to look at the relic. I just want to quickly also say that I love that they're doing this now, the new relic. I also want to know, what does everybody think about this this comic style? I like it. It's not like a massive hit with me or anything, but I appreciate most of all that they're still willing to like have this unique aesthetic for a for an event, and I think that's really cool. That makes me really appreciate it. I can't read this font easily. Give me the Comic Sans on top. No, I like it in that sense. It's not like I'm a huge comic book nerd or something. I just really appreciate that they're doing this. Very cool. Scales of Judgment is the relic. I also want to say I truly appreciate that they're like showing the relic here immediately because it's such a big deal. The only thing that I still would like to see is the minor powers. So it's like, that's also kind of excited to find out about in game, I guess. So power, when you play a champion, it strikes the weakest enemy. If it's Nasus, it also strikes the strongest enemy. Now what this is like a side raid of Stalker's Blade. Stalker's Blade is when I'm summoned, you can only equip it on one champion, so when that champion is summoned, it immediately strikes the weakest enemy. It's good for like Lilia, it's good for LeBlanc, it's good for, I don't know, a couple of other things probably, because they get summoned, Lilia from her landmark, LeBlanc from her power. This doesn't have summoned, this is played, but it's for every champion. So that means that if you're playing like Oath of the Guardian, it happens on every single champion you shuffle into your deck, which is really cool. It's play. It makes sense. It's not summon. You got shout outed from the LOR channel. Wait, I did. Which one? On Twitter? Is this because I'm going over the? Oh hell yeah. The community Titans. I am Titanic. I am at least an A-day, but let's be honest. I'm much closer to a 50-50. Let's be real about it. Yeah, if you're gonna have an event called Titans of Runeterra, you can't just ignore this Titan right here. Thank you, devs. Thank you, Runeterra. So here's the thing. In December we got Victor. I liked Victor a lot. It's exactly what I expected from Victor. Then we got Kill, and Kill was a miss for me. Like I know that for other people it's gonna be like, oh hell yeah, I love Kill. I'm having a ton of fun with this, and I like that's good, right? That's what Runeterra is for. There's so many champions at this point. There's something for everyone. Okay, so for me, not really. Nasus was one of my most disliked champions in Runeterra. I just thought his payoff was so lame, unrewarding, and convoluted. I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it doesn't matter. But now, with this, I actually think it's really cool. I think you do kind of need his 6-star to get like, you could get the full appreciation. But the fact that this now works with his 4-star, the fact that like, you know, you have this relic to get the striking, give Nasus more stats, make it easier to get to that 8 slain units so you can restore the Sun Disc. I like that. And I think you can't really go wrong with a 3-star Nasus. Here's an interesting insight from a content creator for Runeterra. I have the interesting perspective, like the devs can see this, right? But I can also kind of see what people like. Because if I upload a video that has Nila in the thumbnail, 3 people will click it. If I have a thumbnail with a level 3 Azir in the thumbnail, 3,000 people times 10 will click it, right? Back in the day, like I think all of my Shurima Sun Disc videos have like at least 50k views. It's never missed. Nila never gone above like 20k, even back in the big days. Maybe when she got released or something, right? So I think that if you're doing this, you can't really go wrong with a level 3. You could literally have like his 2-star for Nasus could be Nasus dropped his little staff here and did like a little like that dance that he does in the infernal skin. That could be his entire 2-star, and his 3-star could be Nasus barks at the opponent. But he gets level 3. And I'd be like, oh shit, that's awesome. I'll play that. you know, because you get to level 3. That's one of the coolest things in all of Runeterra. I'd be happy. And this could be like when you equip this relic, Nasus shines a little harder. It'd be cool. Okay, so we're gonna go over his deck. Nasus starting deck, Bakai Sandspinner. Yeah, this grants vulnerable. Rockhopper, grants vulnerable. So these two are already pretty great because they immediately give like a -3 as well. This is a -4 in total. This is like the next unit the AI plays gets -3. Bakai Reaper, when you slay a unit, grant me +1/+0. I think this replaced the vanilla 3/1. And again, thank you. Like, God bless, right? I don't want a vanilla 3/1 in my Nasus deck. At least, like, this might be weaker. Like, don't get me wrong. This might be weaker. It probably is weaker than a vanilla 3/1. But it's more flavorful. And that makes me happy. Unironically, I'm so glad that after, like, almost a year of constellations and Path to Champion updates, the devs seem to really have a good grip on what makes a champion fun. And it's really showing here because Nasus was bland as hell, and they really made it, you know, much more exciting to look at and play as well. They're not all going to be hits, like especially for someone that plays a lot like me and the people probably watching. But overall, pretty great. Reaper can snowball though. I don't like. No, that's a thing. This can get like when you slay unit grant +1/+0. Let's say you get 5 slay stacks. Right? That's pretty lucky. Like, I don't think you're going to get that on a 1-drop because you're probably blocking with this. That's still worse than just having a 3/1 that can block a fearsome immediately. Like, I don't know what items this thing gets, right? Maybe it gets some insane item that makes it really good. But as a 3/1, it's just like, yeah, this blocks a little bit better early on without needing to do anything. The ceiling might be higher, but if you're playing Nightmares, that really doesn't matter. Every slay stack is +2/+2. I mean, wait, is it? How? I mean, for your strongest ally. That could be this, but then that's still bad because it doesn't have overwhelm probably. It's only for the strongest. Like, you want it to be Nasus, right? I mean, you probably want it to be Nasus. I don't know. You'd have to give him. You might want it to be the rampaging Bakai because he has overwhelm. I mean, you know, I'm down for it. Like, this is more flavorful, so I like it. Okay, so the rest of the cards, rampaging Bakai, yeah, good. This slays. I don't know if this counts when it slays itself. Like, if I hit something with this, and I strike it. No, I don't think that counts as a slay stack. No, when this kills itself, it doesn't. This needs some stat though, because in 4/6 you're not really gonna survive. Siphoning Strike is sick. I love this card. Exhaust good. Weight of Judgment kind of bad. Yeah, I think this is a solid starting deck. I like this a lot. It's great. Oh, it had Quicksand in the Nasus deck. That's gone. Yeah, that kind of sucks actually. That's very good, especially for something that needs to stall a lot. Defender of the Sun Disc I don't really know about, but it's mainly going to be like swarm the board, survive until you can play your Nasus, and then you win. Okay, and then we have the more exciting part, a new champion instead of just a 3 to 6 star. So this is the Nautilus. We're going to look at the star powers first. Oh, that's 3 pages. So Titans of Runeterra star powers. Echoes from the Deep. Deep gives an additional +1/+1 for every 10 cards you've drawn or tossed. +1 starting mana. Until you're deep, when you draw a card, toss 1. Game start, toss until your deck has 40 cards. Okay. that's pretty awesome, actually. Gives an additional +1/+1 for every 10 cards you've drawn or tossed. Gives an additional +1/+1 for every 5. Wait. So do you just go stack deck and then you? Oh my god! Wait, that's really cool. Wait, you can go stack deck and then you literally just buy every card, and then because you're tossing, like let's say you have a 100-card deck. Not only do you get stack deck because it counts at game start, stack deck will give you like +5/+5, and then you also toss 60 cards. So that's like another +12/+12. Wait, is that right? Am I saying that's +12/+12, right? If you have 100 cards in your deck, then you will immediately get, well, you need deep on, okay. Maybe it's +12/+12 for your deep, for your sea monsters, right? Fortifications. Oh, that's his 4-star, okay. Your next is, that's pretty good, man. Wait, that's, it's kind of funny. Stack deck +3 base from deep. So it's +50, it's like +20/+20. That's hilarious, actually. I'm like ragging on being so tired of stats, but that's sick, man. I actually love that. Yeah, we're finally getting 2 champions again. I'm really happy with this. I like, as a content creator, it's really hard when there's less content to create videos for, right? So having 2 months where there's no new event and there's only 1 champion, I'm just kind of sitting around. Like I can only make so many kill videos, guys. Stats can be fine if they are done. Yeah, no, exactly. I feel like okay. Here's the difference, right? There is stats for the sake of stats, but there is also a road to getting stats. The road to getting stats as kill is play spell on unit and then play unit. Not very interesting. The road to stats in Nautilus, however, is tossing, adding cards to your deck, getting like different types of payoff depending on what you're playing. That's really cool, actually. I like this a lot. This is one of the cooler like 3 stars already. Okay, so Rising Tides is the 6 star. Each round, the first time you draw or toss a unit with cost less than or equal to your mana gems, create a copy in play. Wait, what? Each round, the first time you draw or toss a unit with cost less than or equal to your mana? Oh, it's the first time. I was gonna say, like, because of this, you toss it to a 40, you would have like a board full, but it's only once. Okay. Wait, but, well, you're always going to start with a unit on your board, because if you're tossing like a billion cards, there's always going to be one that will meet the requirements, right? It's the first time. So you just toss or draw until you meet that requirement. No, that's really good, actually. Wait, hold on, guys. I need to check something really fast. Don't mind me. I need to check what I actually have relics for, or Nova Crystals. This is important because this is sick. This is actually going to be really fun. 6-star Pike, but better. I think they're not even close to being comparable, except that they're both built water. Okay, hold on, guys. Oh, okay. I was playing window. I mean, that's fine for now. Let's just play windowed. I just need to check my crystals. Okay, that's all. I need to know if I'm stacked enough for tomorrow to get going immediately. Okay, the starting deck. This starting deck will have three copies of each card instead of the standard 2. The Beast Below, Grumble Slug, Devourer of the Depths. What? Hired Gun, Dredgers, Nautilus. What? Oh, I forgot the relic. Oh, Lure of the Depths too. Okay. Interesting. Okay, oh, here. Treasures of the Deep. Deep, and I am a sea monster. When I'm summoned, if you aren't deep, toss equal to my cost. Toss equal to, oh, that's like a toss 7 when you play Nautilus? Oh, yeah, it's only way. Oh, okay. Not base cost? Yeah, it's current cost. So if you reduce Nautilus to like a 4 cost, you will only toss 4. Okay, I mean, sure. It's not, I don't think that's great, actually. I don't think you need this at all. I mean, it's nice that Nautilus is a sea monster, but that's just like a couple of extra stats. Okay, guys, here we go. Let me check my wallet. Oh! We have a build for the Nova Crystal. We have a Shurima Nova Crystal. It's gonna be cinema tomorrow. It's gonna be cinema. All right, cool. We can play both. +3 or not. Yeah, this doesn't seem too good. I don't like this. It's like if you're going for stats, so listen. If you had to compare me to a sea creature, you know, if you have to compare me to any sea creature at all, I'd say I'm pretty close to a whale, so I'd still buy this because I am a whale. That being said, I probably wouldn't if I was a non-whale. You know, if you guys think of yourself more as like a seahorse or a dolphin or something, just skip on this. But if you're like me, and you think you're a whale, yeah, why not? This is cooking though. These are actually awesome. I love these releases. Here's the thing as well. I feel like in the past they've really struggled making the Titans playable. So to see like actual cool angles for this, I'm really happy. Like Ornn in the game currently is just a mess. It's a pile of garbage. That's what it is. The same for Nasus, the way he was in the game. I mean, I'm calling Nasus Titanic. I wouldn't really like. Let's just say expensive units have been a mess. Ornn has also just not been very good. But now seeing like expensive units, and it feels like there's a real road towards them, I'm very happy with that. Sea Scarab Sugs. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if that's true. Can't wait for my boy Galio to come to Path. No, it's called Titans of Runeterra. We had Legends of Arcane. Now we have Titans of Runeterra. Why not Titans of Arcane? Maybe that's next year. Mort as well. Yeah, I mean, I think Mort is fine because you kind of have like a thing to do until you play Mort, and then it's just like, okay, now I can play Mort and I'm a lot stronger. On the other hand, when you're doing like Ornn, it's just like, okay, I need to ramp to Ornn and then win the game because I don't really do anything else. You get plus 20 from the power only. Yeah, that's kind of the issue. And also, like a bunch of the stats, deep, like the only place these stats are gonna go are on your sea monsters. Because it's deep that gives an additional +1/+1. So it's like you can do the funny thing with stack deck. You can maybe try. I mean, I bet that the minor stars for Nautilus are going to be like when you buy a unit or when you get a unit in the adventure, they're a sea monster. It has to be like that, man. So if that's the case, then, you know, this is still really cool. And I would definitely try it. Stack deck. Here's what I'm thinking. I think you go stack deck. I think you go. I don't think you go his relic. It's like you go stack deck, you go Beast Within, and you go like something for gold, maybe? Starforge? Yeah, no, you're right. Probably Starforge. Yeah, it's gotta be Starforge instead of money. No, you're right, because he is like, he is Titanic already. Yeah, I agree. But I do think you need Beast Within, because all these stats, you need a way to end the game with them, right? It's not nearly as fun to go Beast Within, but it seems kind of necessary. Very, very, very cool release. I would say they cooked. I would absolutely say they cooked. Portal Palace is fine. No, I don't think that's very good. Again, the thing that matters the most is that things are deep. They're sea monsters. I keep saying deep, but what matters is that they're sea monsters. Because that's what gives the. Actually, does that matter? What gives the stats? Legends of Runeterra. I might be confusing it with deep with lurk actually. When a player is deep, their units with the deep keyword have +3/+3. Okay, so you only need the deep keyword. Okay. It's deep, yeah, because for lurk, it's the lurker that gives the stats. You need to be a you need to be a lurker to get the benefit from lurk. No, I was confusing them. You're right. If you have the deep keyword, you're good. You don't need to be a sea monster. Sharing is carrying. Sharing is carrying, making everything deep. Yeah. Guess I'm using my build for the crystal and not the Lucy. Yeah. There are patch notes. Not probably has a constellation upgrade, giving followers he finds in advance. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. 5 adventures. Okay. I mean, you know, I might as well read it. You guys already have anyway. New event, Titans of Runeterra. Really fast. So what happens is, again, this goes back to the interview I had with Eric and the interview I had with Lope at the end of last year. And what they said is that they're kind of planning around what they call big beats, which is not something music related. It's more like every 3 months they're going to have a big event. And then that event lasts 2 months, and then they're going to have 1 month of downtime, and then there's a new event. So we had Legends of Arcane that started in November. In December, we got part 2 of that. And then in January, we got basically nothing. We got Kale, and that was it. So now it's the start of a new event, and that is going to be the Titans of Runeterra. So this is part 1 of that. So that means that next month we get part 2, and then the month after that we get nothing, and then there's a new event. So that should mean that there are going to be a bunch of new things to do. Throughout patch 6.2 and 6.3, experience Runeterra with clashes of epic proportions as big chunky titans take over. Delve into 5 world adventures, including 1 storyful adventure which features the most powerful threat Runeterra has faced yet, the Elder Dragon. That's right, Eddie is a new boss encounter and bigger than ever before. Bigger than a 30-30. Step aside, Aurelian Soul. There's a new powerful dragon in town. Uh-oh. Hey, and a story. Okay, that's pretty damn cool, actually. The final... Wait, how the hell does that work, man? How the hell are we ever going to beat Eddie if he cannot be stopped? Wait. Oh, please, no, man. There is no way you're gonna add an Exodia as an encounter. What? Surely not. He must not level. If he levels, it is game over. Turn 2, I cannot be stopped. Yeah, good luck. Stun, I guess? That doesn't work. He cannot be stunned. Please let the story be more than just 1 speech bubble per encounter. Yeah, no, I mean, I know they want to do that. It basically comes down to like when do they have the manpower, beside like making sure the game is playable and fun to actually do that. And I hope that that is sooner rather than later, of course. We'll see what that means. We'll see what the story means. I'll take one speech bubble over nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's exciting. 5 new adventures. That's basically like Legends of Arcane. I think Legends of Arcane also had 5 or 6. And then it was another Aurelion Soul, but bigger and stronger. This seems like it will be a unique adventure. So, because there are currently some issues, we're going to go over everything I can, everything that's available. There are some things still missing, like the new items and new powers. There is a bunch of them, but they're running into some issues. So I'm going to go over everything that's available. And then tomorrow, when we actually get to play, things should be fixed. And then we can go over this. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We're just going to look at everything that we have. So February 12th at 11 a.m. PT, which is 8 p.m. Central European time. The patch goes live. I will be live on YouTube and Twitch a little bit before that. And the event overview is called Titans of Runeterra. Throughout patch 6.2 and 6.3, experience Runeterra with clashes of epic proportions. As big chunky titans take over, delve into 5 world adventures, including one storyful adventure which features the most powerful threat Runeterra has faced yet, the Elder Dragon. Exodia is here. Eddie is a new boss encounter and bigger than ever before. Step aside Aurelion Soul, there's a new powerful dragon in town. Now, thanks to the Carry Lope, we have an image for larger than life, and it is this. This is the event mechanic. So if you go into the event like you did in Legends of Arcane, you will have this modifier, I'm assuming, for every single adventure in it, which are these new 5 world adventures. So because we have Nasus and Nautilus as as new champions, you'll be able to play them because at game start, both players gain 3 mana gems. Both players' units and damaging spells are stronger, and 3 or less cost cards are more expensive. So every card that is cheap will be more expensive. Every card that is big and strong will get even bigger and even stronger. That's the event. Sounds really fun. I'm gonna have a good time just playing big chunky units and getting to play them earlier. We'll have to see what the adventures actually are. But if you're gonna face Elder Dragon, you better believe you're gonna need some big units fast. I really like this mechanic. I really enjoy it. I think a Clash of Titans like this, if that's what it's called, you should have Titans versus Titans. And then pushing you to actually play your bigger units is really cool. I love this. I think an event that actually matches the theme they're going for is sweet. So this new event mechanic improves expensive units and spells, grants both players extra mana gems, and lastly, creates an environment where titanic units and spells can thrive. In addition, new powers and items make your giant chunky cards even more powerful than before. Good luck, have fun, and chonk it up. Homies will be kissed. There will be 5 world adventures under the Titans of Runeterra event map where you can battle against giant foes while you become a giant yourself. Of these 5 is a brand new adventure, the Dragon Sire, with new storyful encounters to test your strength against a whole lot of dragons. The Nightmare version is available as a part of the event. It is recommended for champions with full 6-star constellations. I'm glad they keep specifying this, because otherwise you're going to be pretty disappointed. It can also be found as a permanent fixture in the standard world map under the Targon region and is recommended for champions of 3 stars and above. Hype. So we went over Nautilus. I think this is a little lore. Okay, we went over this. We went over this. Oh, this is... Okay. Old Bloodthirsty Marauder with a Giant's Belt. Bakai Reaper as a +1/+1. So Bakai Reaper is going to start us at 2/3. Xenotype Researchers has been replaced with the Defender of the Sun Disc. Has a pickaxe and bounty board. I think bounty board is like when this dies, summon a random 1 cost or something, right? And pickaxe is +2. Okay, Old Rune Runner is now Rampaging Bakai, Dragon Tooth, and... Okay, so this has +1/+1 is a dragon. Awesome. And it and it has regen. Okay, wow. Like, I love that they're actually, like, thinking about this stuff. Like, this just felt so random. This is, like, this is a real synergy for the deck, and it works on a champion. Very good, very good, very good. We like that. We like seeing that. Old Quicksand is now Weighted Judgment. Yeah, this is just a downgrade. This is a fat downgrade. Oh, this is Gloom. Weighted Judgment applies Gloom. Okay, that's pretty bad. Exhaust with Hand Sensor is now Exhaust with Elixir of Skill. That's draw a card, right? No, that's Philostone. What is Elixir of Skill? Oh, that's the oops. Oh no, it is draw one. It is draw one. What is Philostone then? Oh, Philostone is for units. Oh, Philostone is for units. Okay, okay, okay. It is draw a card. Very good. Insanely good card. We went over the star powers. We have the bundles. Titans of Runeterra, Battle Pass bundle, Nautilus Celebration, Celestial bundle, Celestial bundle. I don't know what that means. And here are the new items that unfortunately we'll have to go over tomorrow, but these will all most likely be for chunky units. Make your big units more playable. Okay. New player and enemy powers. Icon of Valhir is a new offer available for a limited time. Oh, that's the Volibear relic. Icon of Valhir is this one. Your elemental spells and skills deal 2 extra damage. That will now be in the store instead of Shock and Awe. That's the monthly rotation. Yes, Nas is also getting a 6-star. Changed content. Many new and existing bosses and mini-bosses have been added to the pools for weekly adventures and weekly nightmares. Awesome. Many new and existing powers have been added to the pool for 3-star weekly and adventures and 4.5 weekly nightmares. Very good. Yeah, this is how you keep a game fresh. I like this a lot. I'm very happy that this update is happening. Again, I've been saying it a lot, but it's just been rough as a content creator to create content when there isn't that much content releasing. That's kind of been the story 2 months with in December and January. But now we're getting like a full new event. We're getting 2 champions instead of 1. So it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow. Okay. Star Child Staff to grant 5 regen instead of healing your Nexus 5. When an issue where the back button failed to go back to the relics. Champion ordering was inconsistent in your champion roster screen in Japanese. Issue where twin Drakehounds did not deal 2 damage to enemies if its second attack was after the champion leveled up. Oh, that's the relic for Ambessa, right? No, the Glory Store, I don't know what it is. No idea. I would imagine that we get the Glory Store like either next month or we just get it at the new event, so in 3 months. But it is a really big thing, so we'll just let them cook, I guess. Fix an issue where players were unable to purchase cards or prismatics with currency other than coins until refreshing the card model in collections menu. Fix an issue where Darius' 6-star power did not find a unit when initiating an attack with 9 mana gems. I don't know what a Noxus 9 mana unit is. Man, I'm gonna check really fast. 8+ Noxus. There isn't one. That's probably why. These are all... There's 8 and 10. That's probably why he couldn't find a unit. Okay, so now he'll probably find like an 8 cost. Fix an issue where game would hang when opening the weekly vault with 3 platinum just. Okay. Yeah, it's probably just the 8 cost now. Okay, cool. So again, we cannot go over these now. It's a bit unfortunate. So we'll have to do that tomorrow. This looks like an awesome update. Very excited to play it. But for now, that's all I got. Alright, chat. I will
another
see
patch
you...
note, another month of Volley's 6-star bug still not fixed. Snnuy uncanny 4 months and counting.
What's the bug? Also, take me to 9 months. What's the website? This is the Play Runeterra official website. So yeah, again, chat, tomorrow, around 8 p.m. Central European Time, 11 a.m. PT, I will be live. I'll be playing all the new stuff. I have a crystal for both Nasus and Nautilus, so we can choose what we're gonna do there. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a high patch.